Hello everybody. I'm on about 5 minutes early, so we'll give it a moment for everybody to join while I get organized. Oops, let me mute my computer. There we go. Whoever pops on first, if you could let me know if you can hear me, that would be great. I'm in my hoodie, I'm freezing. Hi Diane, can you hear me? Perfect. Helps when I have my microphone on, hey? Are you cutting along today, Diane? Hi, Dawn. Dawn, are you cutting along today? Woohoo! Dawn, look, you've been in here a long time. So Diane's cutting with me. So it looks like for this month we have 14 in this class and 23 in the Thursday class. That's pretty good. I'm tired. I've been working too hard. So Thursday tutorial, it's not gonna go live till Monday. I got barely any of it done today. I took a nap, I'm not gonna lie, after lunch. I just was tired. So give it about 5 minutes for everybody to join. What are you making this out of, Diane? Are you doing it out of vinyl, cotton, canvas? We will have to have a chat about interfacing because I am changing, well, I'm not changing the interfacing. You can do it in foam. But if you're doing it the way I do it, you do not need to cut out the interfacing piece for the gusset. You're doing it in vinyl like me? Cool. I did get the tutorial for this bag up today, so at least I've got one on time. Oh, lucky you, Dawn, making soap. One more month for that wedding, hey? We'll give 5 minutes to see who else pops on. You watched it? Awesome. Hi, Annie. Annie, are you cutting this one with us today? It should be a pretty fast cut. There aren't actually that many pieces. I'm going to be able to use up some scraps, which is fantastic. Cutting later? Okay, so you're going to make it, but cutting later. Perfect. I was pleasantly surprised by this one. I actually really liked it. This is the one I did in the tutorial. Turned out pretty nice. I did opt to leave the magnetic snap out. This is such a small opening that it stays shut itself that I thought I didn't need to waste the hardware there. But if you're going to do the magnetic snap in the front or the moon one that kind of goes right here, she gives instructions for 2. I can definitely explain where to put those, but I don't think it's necessary in this bag. So we'll give it till about 5 after, and then we will get started. Tuesdays we tend to have a lot of people that watch and then cut later, which is fine. I want you guys to know I have not forgotten about the VIP draw. I was going to do a live check-in this Thursday, but with having to go away this weekend for a wedding and getting the Pin It Up Patterns pattern all ready to go, I just do not have enough time this week. So I'm putting all of my energy into getting the Adina tutorial done for Monday, and then I will go live on Tuesday with a check-in with the mail opening. We'll do the September VIP draw. We already know that in August Irene won. Yeah, so I didn't want you guys to think I forgot. I still plan on doing it. I need you guys to keep me awake. Holy moly, I'm tired. I believe Louise was going to be making this one. I don't know if Louise was going to or not, and Kim might be. So we'll just hold on to see if they pop on. My hair feels naughty. I'm getting it done tomorrow. It needs a desperate trim. So Annie and Diane, what interfacings were you planning to use in this? Were you going to go foam like me, like I did in the tutorial, Decovil Light? What are your foam options or your stabilizer thoughts? And we will talk about that and how it will differ, because we won't cut the stabilizer together. We will cut one piece together because I do a Decovil Heavy in the bottom, a little different than the pattern when using foams. Okay, so Diane's using foam like me. Annie, what will you be using? That's one thing that's so great about Country Cow is there's options for all kinds of stabilizers. Foam worked really well for me with the vinyl. It is a nice and stable and sturdy bag. I have Decovil Heavy in the bottom. In her pattern, or in her tutorial, okay, using Decovil Light. Okay, so Decovil Light. When it comes to doing your stabilizer, Annie, because you will be fusing it in, use the pattern pieces for cutting out those pieces. But don't fuse your Decovil Heavy onto the gusset until you have assembled the whole gusset. In her pattern, or in her tutorial, she uses Decovil Heavy for the gusset, and it's not, she doesn't use a sew-in, or she uses a sew-in Decovil Heavy, not a fusible Decovil Heavy. So yeah, you can use the pattern piece, but you're not going to fuse that to your gusset until after we have done the Decovil Heavy in the bottom and we have finished the gusset, if that makes sense. For your two main panels, Annie, you can go ahead and you can fuse your Decovil Light to the two main panels outside of the seam allowances. Diane, you're just going to cut along with me and you will do it as I do it, and we'll do the foam later on. Perfect. The reason I say for the foam not to cut it as per her pattern piece, because she actually sews it in as she goes, because she doesn't use a fusible interfacing. So it's slightly different for us because we are using fusible interfacing. So this is one I did out of the Sam Fabrics Creations vinyls. It actually turned out really cute. I'm happy with it. I've already taken out my, on page 23 is your cutting and interfacing chart. Set this aside for now. I'm using Loon Black Oh my gosh, my brain's shutting down. Canuck vinyl, as well as I'm going to use Mormino vinyl because I've got some left. So I'm going to, this is going to be really cool in this, I think. I think it'll work out really good. And then I'm using waterproof canvas. Annie, are you making yours out of vinyl? Oopsies. Get my pieces ready to go. And just like all of the other classes, I will do measurement cuts that I can't give measurements on cameras facing up like this. And anything that we can trace a pattern piece, I will put it down to the table view. So we will start with the table view. I didn't test this. Oh yeah, we're good. Oh, look how messy this is. Okay, let's do this. So I'm going to start right off the hop. I'm using scraps of my Loon black, so I am currently cutting out all of the accent pieces, and we'll do the main pieces last. So my straps are all in this color. Yeah, you know what I mean. More than likely cotton. Okay. So yes, definitely on the cotton, use your medium woven interfacing before putting your Decovil Light on. All right. Okay. So the first thing we are going to draw out is our crossbody straps. So I just go 4 inches by the width of fabric. I'm trying to figure out, I think I can, nope, I'll do it right here. So I'm using up my scrap fabric. So you'll see me kind of using up a bunch of different pieces because I'm all about the scraps right now. So let's draw out 4 inches by the width of our fabric, about 54 inches or so, to make our 1 inch crossbody strap. I like to get all the straight line stuff done first, especially the crossbody strap, because you know you need to keep enough out lengthwise to get those straps. So 4 inches. This is my pretty Lauren ruler. I love this ruler. As I go, I'm going to definitely do my middle dots. Crossbody strap will be homework, and that is all besides fusing your interfacing. The straps for this one, the handles, we will be doing together because we are going to do some fun decorative stitching. A little bit different than the Country Cow because I'm not putting piping in my handle, but I wanted to keep the decorative stitching that she has. So I'm going to show you how I did that. And if you're putting that 9 inch of piping in, I can explain how you're going to sew that as well. But I didn't think it really needed it. And I didn't have any of the width, like the piping, the thickness that she called for, so. Okay, so that is the crossbody strap. So I'm going to cross that off. Where is that? Okay, yeah, she uses nylon webbing, so you could definitely use webbing instead of making your own crossbody strap, and you just cut that to 60 inches. Okay, all right, she has these tick when done boxes, which is awesome. Next, let's keep going with that. We are going to, where are we here? Bear with me. Handles. So we are doing 3/4 inch handles with this. So we're going to cut them 3 inches. I'm going to put you up to my face. 3 inches to the length that she has in the cutting chart. So this is, where are we here? So it's under accent fabric, and it's the second one into accent fabric, and you'll see it's 3 inches by the length that we're going to draw those out. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that out right now. I'm actually going to draw both at the same time, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if it will give me enough width. Oh yeah, it will. And they have to be to this, they could be longer than that width if you want a longer handle, but definitely don't do shorter than the width that she has in there. They will be fully attached. They don't flop down. So if you make them longer, it just means these will be longer and it won't be a handbag. You could turn it into a shoulder bag that way. You would have to add quite a bit on. Like I would say to add on another 20 inches if you're going to do it as a shoulder bag. But crossbody strap works as a great shoulder bag, and this is a great handles for the handle bag. So Diane, you don't need to have the 3/4 inch hardware. If you want to use 1 inch hardware, it's definitely doable. It'll just mean that the width of it will come out another 1/4 of an inch here. So if you are going to do 1 inch, cut it 4 inches by the width, she says, okay? And it'll be fine. It just means your strap's going to be a little bit wider coming out this way, which really 1/4 of an inch isn't going to make a difference. But you don't need hardware for this. You don't need hardware for the handle. So you can do 3/4 of an inch. The crossbody strap is done at 1 inch, so 1 inch hardware works for that. But there is no hardware for these handles, so you can definitely do 3/4 of an inch. And then it keeps it nice and sleek. There's no rectangle rings for the handles. All we have are rivets. So no hardware needed. Okay. So draw out those 2 handles as per the measurements. Did I draw this out yet? I can't remember. But definitely you can make them longer, just don't make them shorter. Yeah, that's where I want to go, right there. Do your halfway marks in between, which will be 1.5 inches. I just love that I'm using up all of these scraps. Then it's almost like these bags cost me nothing to make because I'm using up scraps. Do you guys want to see something pretty that I made for wedding presents? Let me grab them. I'm going to show them. Actually, I won't be able to show them because it'll be after I get back, but this is what I did for wedding presents for my goddaughter and her husband-to-be. They turned out so nice. So we're using the scraps from this, but they turned out so good. It's the Tumbleweed Toiletries Tote and the Juniper Toiletries Tote. So I hope they like them. These kids are Dungeons and Dragons fans, so. But yeah, I won't be showing them in my live because I will have given them to them already before the live. So put those away to save. Okay. They're cute, hey? Sorry, that was a squirrel moment. Just because I'm using the same fabric. Okay. So that is our handles cut out. We can cross that out. Still working with the accent fabric. Let's see what else I can get out of here. We'll stay facing down and we will continue. Actually, I think I have pattern pieces for everything else, so I can show you what we're doing. Now there are some measurements in here, but I do have the pattern pieces, so I may as well use them, right? Okay, so working, let me grab it. Next we want to find our gusset accents, our piece eyes. You can use, I'm going to pull out all of my black pieces actually. That's exterior gusset, that's what I need. I need that one. I'll explain which ones I'm pulling out here momentarily. Okay. Okay, so the pieces we want to be drawing out, we have our base overlay in the accent fabric, our top trims, which is our lining top trims, our lining gusset tops, strap tabs, and gusset accents. So I'm going to work down the list. And we are going to draw out 2 piece eyes, the gusset accents. And again, these are rectangular pieces, so you can definitely just go ahead and use your ruler if you want to. Thanks, Diane. You got me that fabric. That's nice of you. Okay, so I'm going to draw out my 2 piece eyes right here. And I'm going to put eye, draw out my second one. Again, you can use your ruler if you prefer to measure it. I actually prefer to use a ruler, but because I have the pattern pieces cut out, I may as well show you guys what I'm drawing. So there's my 2 piece eyes. Set that aside and cross that off of my list here. Oops, check it here. This one's done and this one's done. Okay. I'm going to draw out my strap tabs as well. Where are the strap tabs on here? She has it in the exterior fabric. So I did my strap tabs in my accent fabric. And that is just like these connector pieces here. So you can decide if you want, which way you want to do it. But I'm going to do it this way, and they're going to fit right here. I'm going to draw that out. Piece E. I'm going to put another one right here. So those are my 2 piece E pieces. I can cross that out. Okay. Next, I gotta think what will fit here. Okay. Next, we're going to go our piece G's, which is our top trim. Now, the reason I'm choosing to do my top trim in black is so everything over top of my zipper overlay, all on the inside, is going to be the same color. Now you can decide, this is the top trim right here. You can decide if you want it to be like she has it as the exterior fabric there. But I like it when I look in and it's all black all the way around. But that is a me preference. So decide which one you want to do. It's on the lining side, and I am going to do it in black. So I'm going to go ahead and draw out 2 of my piece G's. But again, do your fabric placement as per your vision. This is my vision. Oh, it doesn't fit there. Okay, never mind there. I gotta find a new space. We will put it. I guess she will go right here. And this is why I draw on the back, especially when I'm using scraps, because you can see that you get as much use out of every little piece that you can. It's a good visual. Now, I am not doing the lining pockets like she does. She's got card slots in it and these fancy slip pockets and everything. You can definitely do it. You'll just cut the pattern pieces for the lining pockets like she has, and you can follow along with her tutorial to do that. Once again, I'm not a card slot in the purse type of girl. So I'm just going to do my usual slip pocket and my usual zipper pocket. Just so you guys know, with the decorative overlays. She does give us an overlay piece in this that you can use for your for your zipper overlay. I will use my usual, because I always use the same shape. Well, I always use the same shape until Anne and I wrote a pattern, because we use a slightly different shape in our pattern. But you'll see in 4 more sleeps. So you need 2 of these. Okay, so this is piece G, piece G. And I can check that off. That is done. What else can I do here? Let me look. My wrist is going nuts. Everybody is joining the Pin It Up Patterns page, which is great. Okay, so now we're going to do our PCs. And what our PCs are, see on the side here on the lining? That is what that piece is. So decide if it's going to be your lining fabric coming up. But again, I chose to do vinyl just so it's all black above the zipper panel. So I'm going to draw out 2 of those. I think over here will work. I want to see something here. Okay, so I'll draw out 2 of these. I'm going to kind of just scribble out this line right here so I don't get confused. And draw out 2 of these. Stop me if I'm moving too fast or not making sense. So the most pieces to cut are actually this accent fabric if you are placing them like I am. But I think it worked out well. 1. And 2. So that's PC and PC. Check that up. Okay, what do I have left here? I'm throwing my pattern pieces on the floor. Okay, and then we have our base overlay. Let's see if I can fit it here somewhere. No, I'm gonna have to use another piece for that. Okay, so I am going to do, let me just grab my thing here. I'm going to draw out my square or rectangle for my overlay piece. You can definitely use the overlay piece in the pattern. And I believe we have to leave this, we want a 10-inch opening in here. Let me just double check. Zipper pocket. 9-inch. So I'm just going to make sure that's 7-inch opening there. 7, and I want to go 2 inches more than that. 1, 2. So I'm going to cut my piece. And again, I will cut this with this template later on. I just got to make sure, because what I'll do is I will cut it all the way around here, but not cut this. And then I will move this over to this line to complete that rectangle. So from here to here is 9 inches for that zipper overlay. Or you can use what hers is in the pattern. I think it's the same, 9 or 10 inches. So I'm going to put zip overlay. And then I also want to do my lining. I'll be doing my lining pocket trim, which isn't in this. Let me see here. Slip pocket. So I'm going to draw my slip pocket piece 12 inches. I'm going to do my slip pocket like how we did in the last class, that new way I did it. If you're doing the 2 raw edge way, cut it 2 inches by 1.5 inches. I'm going to cut mine 2 inches by 2 inches because I'm going to sew one side. So of course you do your slip pockets or your pockets the way you like to do them. I'm going to do them my standard way here. And I'm going to draw my line in the middle. You don't have to put trim on it if you don't want to. Again, this part isn't in the pattern. This is just a Brandy thing. Okay. What else? Okay. So what else can I fit on this piece? I think I can put my zipper closure. So let me just mark what I have done. Got my zip pocket overlay. Yes, her zip pocket overlay is about a 9-inch opening as well. So she has the measurements in here. It's also pattern piece K for her zip overlay if you want to just use that one. It's the square one, I believe. Okay, zipper panels. Where does she have them on here? So the zipper panels, I once again did in the accent because I liked looking down and having it all black. It is in exterior fabric section at the top and it's pattern piece H. Now, I didn't cut out that pattern piece. I'm going to just measure it. So I'm going to put you up. So you can use the pattern piece and you're going to do 4. You can do 2 exterior and 2 linings if you like. I'm going to do all 4 of mine in this black fabric, in the black vinyl. So again, if you're on a domestic, I wouldn't do all 4 in vinyl. I would do the lining in like your cotton or your canvas and the top in the vinyl. Or if your machine can handle the thickness, you can do all 4 in vinyl. I just like to do my zipper in all vinyl for my zip top closure. Okay, so I'm going to draw out 4 of them. Two zip, just a minute here. Oh yeah, because she's got 2 in her exterior fabric and 2 in her lining fabric. So you do what you like. I did all of mine in my exterior fabric, and I'm going to do that for this one as well. Okay, so there's 1. Coco says hi. Oh my gosh, you guys. There are 2 people dressed in blow-up unicorns in my driveway. Oh my gosh. That's what Coco's barking at. You know those blow-up costumes you can wear? They're normally dinosaurs, but yeah, no, it's 2 people in unicorns. I live just down the street from a high school, so all sorts of crazy stuff happens, but did not expect to see that and they were waving at me at my window. That's hilarious. Oh my goodness. That actually kind of brightened my day a lot. That's 2. Okay, and I'm going to have to find another place for my 4th one because it's not going to quite fit on here. So zip, 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 and I'll put the 4th one over here. That's so funny. Holy moly. Make me laugh. I love my town so much. It cracks me up. I wish I could have shown you with the camera, but they went away too fast. That was crazy. That. Yep. And zip. So I'll show you what I did here. So I have one of my zips here and the other one's over here. So I'll save this for cutting all at the end because I know you're all probably working with the full piece, but look how much of that scrap fabric I used up. Once in a lifetime sighting of the unicorn. There was 2 of them. Okay, so I'm going to grab out some more of my scrap fabric here that I have in my Loon Black. And we will continue on. I'll move these over here. Am I moving too fast or are we good? Okay. So now we have our base overlay to draw on, which I'm doing in the black. This is the base overlay here. Where do I want to draw this on here? I think I'm going to go right here. Very rare, you should feel honored. Silly teenagers. All right, so once again, there are measurements on the pattern pieces as well, if you prefer to do a ruler measurement. I was excited because I thought I was going to get to do some edge painting on this, but no, there's no raw edges, so no need to worry about that. It's kind of a cool way to add that color to the bottom. Oh, I forgot to draw my blip lips. Oh well, I think I'm okay. It's going to go up and in there. No, I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine. Okay. Base overlay. Cross that out. And then exterior slip pocket. So I opted to do my exterior slip pocket in the accent. You can decide if you want to do it in the same fabric, but I'm going to be cutting mine out of the accent once I find my piece. Oh, my husband's texting me. Finding my pattern piece. So this is pattern piece F, and I think I'm going to fit right here. Then I got lots of scrap left that's really good and usable for something else. So we'll draw that out. This bag is actually a fairly easy sew. Joe does such a good job. My watch is just going crazy. I have everything silenced and on Do Not Disturb, but my watch still gives me all the notifications, and everybody seems to be joining the Pin It Up Patterns page, which is fantastic. Okay, so I got my blip lips, so I can flip this over and draw the other half. Okay, and I'll put slip pocket, exterior, pattern piece F. And I think that is all. Zip top closure. I think that is all we have to do in the accent fabric. Yes, yes it is. Pocket zip ×1. I'm just double checking. Okay, and now we can go ahead and cut out those things. I ordered a new one, a cheap one of these off of Amazon. It's pink, but I did change my blade in this, so it still makes the tick sounds. You hear it? It's not as bad, but my new blade, my new rotary cutter is coming. You hear it? Click, click, click. So there's something in my round thing here that's broken. But it does work better with a new blade, so. Okay, so there's my base overlay, so I'll keep that with my pattern piece, clip it together. And this one we are done with for a while. I'm gonna keep this out though because I have my measurements for my Decovil Heavy piece that we will cut together. Okay, throw that scrap away. Tick, 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 tick. really wanted to get the Tulip Pink Rainbow Oregonomic one. They sell them at Along Came Quilting in Calgary, but they're like $120. I don't know, but it's so pretty and it's supposed to be really good. So I just opted for a $20 one on Amazon for now, until I make up my mind. I mean, this one and I have been in a relationship for like 5 years, so it's hard to give up. Okay, so now my exterior slip pocket is done. Because we still have to do a lining fabric for this, I'm going to go ahead and put this back in with my pattern pieces, so I know I have to cut that. Okay, and this is scrap for another project. Put it aside. And then cut out this other one. Garbage. It actually should be here tomorrow. And it's pink. I'm excited. It's the exact same shape as this one, but it's not an Olfa brown one. Here's my crossbody strap. That one's all done. So homework, do your crossbody strap. Do not do your handles. We'll be doing those together. Okay. Slip pocket binding piece. 3 of the floor recessed zipper pieces. I'll just set these aside until I get to that 4th one. I might do my zipper overlay on here just to kind of show you guys how I make it bigger with this. If you're using a template, if you happen to have one like I do, and so yours. So for homework, I will be edge painting my overlay too. A zip top, and I don't need to cut anything else with those, so I can put these in my done pile. Okay, I'm going to do my zipper overlay piece, so I'm going to do this first. So I've drawn out my 2 lines. Put this right down along it. And I'm not going to cut this because I'm going to have to extend it out to this part, this little notch here. Okay, so I've got all the way to there done. I'm just going to slide this over and line up to where I'm extending that opening to. Make sure it stays nice and straight. And then cut the rest. That's kind of a weird angle. Okay, I'm going to even it out here. These are like my favoriteest things. then I'm going to draw out my rectangles in between those lines. But again, you can use her pattern piece too. Oh, look, and I'm really out of shape right there. Let's fix that up. Oh yeah, I went rogue with my rotary cutter. Trim that up nice and even. Unicorns are back. Hilarious. Hilarious. Okay, then I'm just going to go in and start cutting these. I'm not going to go all the way to the end. I'm going to use my scissors to finish them off. And this is how I do my overlays. It's so fast. Oh my gosh, you guys. They're oh my gosh, and they're walking around with alcohol in their hands. That's a little against the law, but hilarious. Oh my gosh. 2 sightings in one day. Can you hear them? They're going, oh, to be young again. Okay. Okay, that doesn't look right. Let me fix that up a little bit. Unicorns distracted me. There you go. So that you can see, it's made that opening bigger. So that I will edge coat. They do. Like they're just walking up and down our street. Now they're crossing over and they're going to walk down the other side again. Oh goodness. And it's Tuesday. Like what the heck? It's not a party day. It's not Halloween. I don't know. So there's my 2 handles. We're done with those. Do not do the handles for homework. Oh my gosh. Dave keeps texting me. I think he forgets that I'm in class. Okay. Here's my 4th zip panel. So I can put them all together. I love doing recess zippers. I think they're great. Pattern piece C pieces. Take that curve nice and slow. We're done with those, so we can put those aside in the done pile. Almost done. Look at all of that scrap I used. I'm so proud of me. I have so much scrap of the black because it's what I use the most. That's my eye pieces. If they come back, I'm going to turn on my other camera and show you guys. There's my ease. How are you making out, Diane? Am I going too fast? And that is it for accent. I need to empty my garbages. Wow. Let me just text Dave and tell him I'm in class.
just so he remembers. All good? Perfect. So I can keep going. Okay, whew, now I'm getting warm. Let's pull out our exteriors. I think I had any other scrap of this. Oh, I don't want to lose that bobbin. Okay, let me just grab, because I got a started roll here. I got a full roll and a started roll. So I'm going to see what I can get out of this roll first. So my exterior, my critical roses. Okay. So exterior fabric, main panels times 2. I'll explain what these little notches are I have cut out later. So if you're using a directional fabric, mine isn't really directional, I don't think. Well, maybe it is. So I'm probably only going to get one of these on here. But one is better than none. So yes, if you're using a directional fabric, make sure the top is facing towards the top. I can never tell which is directional with this. Let me think this way. I'm not doing any fussy cutting or anything with this one. Anything I do with Lauren's Dungeons and Dragons dice vinyl sells right away at craft markets, regardless of the price, which is awesome. Now I only needed one roll to do both of those bags, and this is the leftovers from that roll. The rest, probably because they have quite a bit of accent, but I wanted to pick up more of this from So Magical, but she didn't have any left, which made me sad. One, line up my lips and draw the other half. Do I need to borrow some? Oh no, I've got lots. I just like having it because it's pretty. So that is main. Put that aside, and I'm going to draw out the other one on this other roll. Hopefully it's taped up good. And we'll come back to this scrap piece because I can use it for some other things. Okay. Did you buy a lot of this, Diane? Okay. I just got to make sure I'm going in the same direction as this one. Okay. I am. I'm going to draw out my second one. I'm warm all of a sudden. I might have to open my window. We don't have the heat or the AC on anymore, but it's been cold at night, but we're getting up to like 20 during the day still, which is crazy for October. That's like spring type weather. It's kind of cloudy and rainy outside, but we could definitely use the rain. We're not on fire anymore, which is good. It's nice not to have the smoke. Okay, so there's my other main piece. 2 rolls. Okay, I'm just gonna open my window, guys. I'm warm. Don't mind me. I think the unicorns went away. I don't see them anymore. There we go. Okay, so we have done our two main panels. I'm going to skip over the gusset tops and do them on the other thing. I'm going to go right to my exterior gusset because that is my other large piece. That's my lining gusset. That's my gusset stabilizer. Where is my exterior gusset? Lining gusset. I don't think I can fit this on. I'm going to see if I can fit it on this, but I don't think I can. Nope, I can't. Okay, so we need to draw out one exterior gusset as well. Oh, I'm throwing stuff on the floor again. I'm going to draw it out here. Just because I know I wouldn't be making a crossbody strap out of this material if it'll fit. Yeah, it'll fit. There we go. So draw out your exterior gusset. So you can see on this one, I had my exterior gusset going all the way around with the accent overlay on the bottom. Every time I hear something out there, I look now. It's just my neighbors coming home now. Flip it over and draw the opposite side. I apologize for the car noise, but I'm just truly warm. And I'm not wearing anything under this hoodie, so I can't strip down. That's my gusset. Okay, I think that's all I need out of this roll. I can go back to this one because I think everything else is smaller. So I can use up my scrap. So I can cross off my exterior gusset, which is pattern piece D. Already done my zip top closure. And then all we have left are our exterior gusset tops. Where are you? So pattern piece B, we want to cut out 2 pieces of that. So I'm still going to have, here, make sure it's going the right direction. I could have fussy cutted this with my accent, or with my gusset piece, but there is going to be an accent in between this and the gusset. So I lost my pen, you guys. How do I keep doing that? There we go. I'm going to draw out 2 of these. Just 1. And I'm still going to have some scrap left of this, which is okay. And that is it for our exterior pieces, and we can go ahead and cut those out. Zipper overlay, I am doing the opening by 9 inches on mine. But you can measure hers and see what hers is. So yeah, I did my opening 9 inches, and then it's 1 inch on either side. Hers may have a bigger opening, but it's narrower on the sides here. So, but I really like using the shape for mine. She's got measurements for hers in the pattern too. I'm pretty sure hers is a 9-inch opening as well. I didn't print off that piece, so. those are my pattern piece bees, and that is it for the exterior. Oh, I have to cut out the rest. Oh my gosh, Brandy. Focus. Focus, focus. My exterior gusset. The stabilizer. Where's my gusset piece? This away. My pen kind of died. I hope I did that right. I think I did an ugly job. Okay, so that's one main panel. It's gonna be super cute, hey? My two main panel pieces. Where did I put that pattern piece? What did I do with that pattern piece? Did I throw it on the floor? I lost my pattern piece. Oh well, I'll find it later. Okay, I'll put those together. I'm sure I threw it somewhere. There it is. Fell on the floor. Okay. How are we making out? So you can see this is kind of a scrap busting project in a way. I really hope I have enough of this. I should. I got scraps of waterproof canvas. Take a little break. How are we making out? Any questions this far? Oh, before we go any further, your Decovil Heavy piece, because this is different than the pattern, you are going to cut a Decovil Heavy piece. If you are doing, Annie, you'll be doing this because you're using a fusible, interfacing with the Decovil Light as well. You're not using Decovil Heavy on the sides. So we do want to have the Decovil Heavy in the bottom. So you're going to cut a rectangle that's 4.5 by 13 inches for this one. And it's the measurement I came up with that works really good. 4.5 by 13. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to use my ruler by 13 and cut it out. So again, that measurement for the Decovil Heavy piece we're adding in is 4.5 inches by 13 inches. Do not fuse that on for homework. Just leave it. We will be doing that together. So the only interfacing homework is your woven interfacing. If you are using a lining fabric or a cotton fabric, you'll have to put your medium woven interfacing on. I won't have to do that. And if you're using Decovil Light, you could use the pattern piece to cut your Decovil Light. Is that the pattern piece? No. I don't think I cut it out. There is, oh yeah, main stabilizer pattern piece. She actually recommends Peltex if you're using cotton. So, or Decovil Heavy, Annie, so you may want to consider that, or doing 2 layers of Decovil Light to give it a little bit more structure. So she says here, main stabilizer, ultra firm stabilizers such as Peltex, which is also just Decovil Heavy, can be replaced with Decovil Light or foam for all vinyl cork bags. So Annie, you may want to consider, instead of the Decovil Light, using Decovil Heavy. And then you would cut, if you're using the fusibles, you would cut your Decovil, and if you're using Decovil Heavy on the gusset piece, you do not need to cut this one that I just did, okay? You would use these 2 pattern pieces. Do not fuse the gusset piece, just fuse the 2 main stabilizers. So that'll be a decision you'll have to make, Annie, depending on your if you're using cottons. You may want to switch to a Peltex or a Decovil Heavy, or even 2 layers of Decovil Light or 2 layers of EBFuse Heavy would be an equivalent. Any questions? Does that make sense? We good? Okay, if you have any questions about that, Annie, you can always message me, or anybody that's watching this after the fact, shoot me a message. I just won't be answering messages on Saturday because I'll be at a wedding. So, okay, now we're into the 3rd section. I hope I have enough of this. Oh yeah, I should be fine. What I got going on over here. I might not be able to use this. We'll see. Okay, so going down the lining fabric, we are going to cut 2 pattern piece L's of the main lining fabric. Because this is canvas, my rotary cutter is on its last legs. I am going to cut my pieces separate from one another rather than doing them both at the same time. So I'm going to fold this up, put it on the fold, maybe I'll start down here. And I'm going to compress finger press this really well to minimize the fold of my canvas or my cotton, just so we don't get too much extra there. Use some clips to hold it on the fold. Again, if you're using a directional fabric, make sure you have the direction going towards the top of your pattern piece. Okay, and then I'm going to cut it out. And we're going to do that for a second time to get 2 of them. So that is our 2 pattern piece L in lining pieces. And again, if you're using cotton, make sure you back them with a medium woven interfacing. In the done bin, cross off that one. Okay, next we have our lining gusset piece. That's the stabilizer piece, which is your piece M. Let's see, where am I going to do this? Can I do it here? I'm going to do it here. It's a long piece. Really long piece. Same thing, put it on the fold. Cut it out. I'm going to have to get more waterproof canvas from Fabricville. This green one is my favorite. It pairs so nicely with stuff. My favorite to pair it with is actually gray. It's so pretty. Okay, so that's my lining gusset piece done. Toss it off. Pocket times 2. Okay, I'm not doing the zipper pocket facing because I'm doing the overlay method. What's next? Exterior slip pocket piece. Which is this piece. Let's see, where am I going to use this up? I'm doing so good with scraps with this one. So good. And I'm actually just going to take my vinyl piece and lay it out. You can see exactly where it's going to fit. And then cut it out around that. And that is our exterior slip pocket, all pieces cut. We're almost done. Exterior slip pocket, yeah. Zipper pocket. Now, I'm going to cut mine a little bit wider than what she has, just so when I go to close up the pocket, there's a larger space for your seam allowance. So we'll go with my measurements for this one for a 9-inch opening. Pretty sure hers is the same. And I am going to cut mine oh gosh, I cut 2 pieces. We're going to cut them 12 inches. Oh my goodness. Oh, the unicorns are back. It's a large pocket, so we can always trim this up. It just makes it easier to make sure you have enough when we're closing it up. So I'm going to cut mine 12 inch. I'm going to do 2 pieces, 12 inches by 6 inches for my zipper pocket lining piece. And that's different than her measurements. I just like to give myself just a little bit more wiggle room. And I can just use this ruler as my template. That's one zipper pocket lining piece. 2. Now keep in mind when it comes to the slip pocket, if you're going to be doing the card slots and all that, cut out what she has in there when it comes to the slip pocket, which we'll be doing next, because I'm doing the slip pocket my way. I'm doing it just my plain Jane usual way. So just know what you want to do in your bag. Okay. And then we just have the slip pocket, which I made my slip pocket slightly too big in this one. I'm going to try to make it a little bit smaller. Like in this one, you can see how my slip pocket, like, I'm just wishing I made it a little bit shorter. So I'm going to make it a little shorter in this one. And we are going to cut this. I'm going to cut off my selvage here first. So hold this up, and we want one long piece. We want it to be 12-ish inches. Mine's going to be slightly shy of 12 inches because I don't have enough fabric. So I'm going to cut mine on the fold. I'm going to put my 5-inch mark on the fold. Five-inch mark on the fold, and you want to get it as close as you can to 12 inches wide. Now mine will be a little bit shy of that. Let me make sure that that's going to be enough. 5 inches. No, I'm going to go 6 inches. So that'll make it 12 by 12-ish. Mine's going to be more like 12 by 11 because, see what I have going on here? Which is fine. It'll just be a little bit shorter of a one. Yeah, 12 by 11 is what mine will be. For my slip pocket. Just like so. Let's just double check we've got everything. I've got my zipper pocket lining pieces ×2, my lining slip pocket. If you are doing your zipper panel and you're not doing an exterior, like all 4 in the exterior fabric, you would do 2 lining fabric as well. And that's it. Oh my goodness, my phone's talking to me now. So yeah, that's all I have for scrap. I don't even know if that's worth keeping, so I think I'm just going to chuck it. Look at that, scrap busting. I'll probably use this. We'll see. I'll pull it out of the bin again if I need it for pouches. And that is it. Any questions about any of that? It's pretty fast cutout. We've been in here, what, an hour and 15? Doesn't take too long, not too many pieces. I think it's a great scrap buster if you have like half a roll of something. Yay, done. So both bags this month are actually pretty fast cutouts. So this one will be a pretty fast sew. Be pretty good. So again, homework. If you have any cotton pieces, back them with your medium woven interfacing. Do your crossbody strap. Do not do these straps. If you're doing a zipper pocket overlay and you want to edge coat it, you can definitely edge coat it for your homework. And if you're using a fusible interfacing, you will, on just your main panels, fuse your Decovil Light or Decovil Heavy, depending on what fabrics you're using. Again, she recommends if you're using cottons or canvases to use Decovil Heavy, and if you're using vinyls or corks or thicker materials to use foam or Decovil Light. I'm going to be doing sew-in foam with this. We'll be doing the trick of how we make it nice and thin through the seams, so it shouldn't be a problem for anybody. And that is it. I'm not changing too much in this one. Any questions before we go? Everybody's quiet today. I know there's only the 4 of us in here right now, but there are 14 other people. Yes, 14 other people. So of the other 10 of you that did not join us today, if you have any questions, please do reach out if you have any questions. The cutting tutorial is up as well. So yeah, I'm here for you. Give it a couple more minutes for a couple more, if there's any more questions, and if not, we will call it a day. Okay, I think that is it. Again, you know how to get a hold of me if you need any help. And I hope you guys enjoyed this class. Thank you so much for joining and cutting along with me today. Again, check out the tutorial. The tutorial for this one is up, and for the Thursday bag, I should have that tutorial up by Monday for everybody. I'm just running a few days behind, and I'm going away for 3 days for my goddaughter's wedding. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much. Love you all, and I will catch you either Thursday or next week.